Hey everybody, it's Caleb. Welcome back. It has been a while since I released a video, and in this one, we're going to be talking about some updates in the world of Helium. So not only do we have a new video, but we also have new t-shirt designs. So thank you to our sponsor of this video, Into the AM. Into the AM makes really awesome graphic tees that you can get at an affordable price. These are some of the new designs, and every time I wear one of their shirts, people say, "Wow, what are you wearing? That's awesome." So lots of cool stuff. The shirt quality is very nice. So thank you so much Into the AM for sponsoring this channel. We really appreciate it, helping make this content possible. They also have hats if you are into hats. I don't generally wear hats, but definitely a nice quality hat if you're interested. I'll leave a link in the pinned comment down below, and be sure to use my coupon code Caleb. So we have some interesting stuff to talk about in the world of Helium today, because pretty much something I've been waiting on for many months is finally here, and that is the support for 5G within the Helium network. So basically, the People's Network, Helium, is trying to provide a way for people to use cellular data through hotspots and 5G antennas instead of getting that through a traditional 5G provider. And the people that host the hotspots can get rewarded for the amount of data that is transferred through those hotspots. So the summary of this project can be found at FreedomFi.com, and you can scroll through here to see the different products available. And this is actually something I waitlisted for a super long time ago. If you've been watching this channel for a while, maybe you remember when I first announced 5G on the Helium network. So I was one of the first people to reserve my spot. It was a $100 reservation, which just gives you the ability to purchase the hotspot as well as an indoor antenna. So there's two parts to this. The hotspot, which works as just a normal Helium hotspot, and then the indoor antenna, which is an additional $1,500. This is something that will probably work with numerous 5G antennas, and you'll be able to basically connect them to your hotspot as long as everything's compatible, which I've never done anything with 5G or antennas, so I don't know. I'm sure someone out there knows more about how that's going to work and whether or not you should purchase that indoor antenna or if you should wait until more options are available. You can learn more about the state of 5G at helium.com/5G, with the big announcement here being Dish becoming the first major carrier to deploy Helium 5G. So what does this mean exactly? Today, Dish becomes the first major carrier in the telco industry to join us in our mission by extending the Helium network with customers deploying their own Helium 5G CBRS-based hotspots. Now, in order for this Helium 5G project to work, we have to have carriers that support 5G through these hotspots. Another one mentioned is GigSky, which launched their first cellular mobile plan on Helium 5G, basically giving devices the ability to automatically swap between nationwide networks and Helium-based networks. Now, for those of you who might be interested in hosting one of these 5G hotspots, I mentioned you have the hotspot, and then you also have an antenna. In this world, these are often called small cells, which are low-powered antennas, and this is something you would place in a location where a lot of people walk through and are likely to use the service. This isn't something you would most likely put in your home, as the distance this service is going to cover is much smaller than you might be used to with the traditional Helium hotspots, which is a low frequency, and that travels much farther. So this would go somewhere like maybe a mall or a park or a coffee shop or anywhere where people are likely to use data. Here's an overview of FreedomFi's roadmap if you are interested. You can scroll through here as well to find some of the most commonly asked questions. How will I make money by hosting a Helium-compatible FreedomFi gateway? In return for providing coverage and passing data through the device, operators are rewarded with HNT, which is Helium. How much money will I make? I mean, we all want to know. The real question is, when are we going to Lambo? The estimation here is 50 cents per gigabyte in Helium, so it'll be paid out in Helium. And how far do the signals reach? The estimation is 3 times coverage of an enterprise Wi-Fi access point. Now you might be wondering, Caleb, are you purchasing the 5G setup for Helium? And my immediate answer is actually no. I decided I'm going to pass on this opportunity, even though I signed up for the waitlist like first thing and I was really excited about it. For one, I just really don't know that much about 5G and I'm not really interested in deep diving that right now. And two, I'm just not 100% confident on the timeline for this and how quickly this is going to be adopted within the Helium network. I don't want to be in a scenario where I pay an early adopters fee and then have to wait a significant amount of time to actually start earning rewards or for it to be fully functional, or if I just end up waiting for things to be delivered for like the next 8 months. I don't think that's going to be the case. FreedomFi seems to have their stuff together. However, that is always a concern in the world of Helium. When I purchased my hotspots a while ago, like earlier, beginning of the year, I purchased Nebra and I purchased Bobcat, and the Nebras just never showed up, and I ended up canceling my order like a week ago. The Bobcat miner definitely did show up, and that is the Helium miner that I currently recommend. Which, by the way, if you are interested in getting started with Helium, but you don't have a FreedomFi hotspot reservation, well, then I would suggest getting started with a Bobcat miner, which are fairly affordable. They're nice, and I'd say probably the best hotspot out there. And I do have an affiliate code if you want to support this channel, so check that link out down in the pinned comment as well. That's a great way to support this channel. If you're going to be purchasing Helium equipment anyways, you can do it through that link, and it helps me out and helps create this content. Generally, I would jump on the opportunity to try out a project fairly early. However, I have enough projects going on that I'm not going to be able to give the 5G Helium the time that it needs to really do it well. So that's the primary reason I have decided to pass on this opportunity and wait for the next one, or wait until a little bit more information is out there or it's established a little bit more, and I can look into that then and then decide if I want to go and buy some equipment. But for those of you who were on the wait list, there's a very short period of time to purchase, like by the end of the month. So if you don't make that purchase now, you'll have to wait till it's open access for purchase. So that's all I have in this video, just a fun little introduction to the 5G release. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. I'm definitely curious. I'm hoping the release goes well and everybody gets their hotspots within a reasonable time frame. Hopefully 5G doesn't cook our brains. I'm not really a conspiracy theorist, but I definitely want to do some more research around the entire technology, because literally beyond Helium, I haven't studied anything with 5G. So that's the cool thing about Helium, is it really is like the people's network. You know, normal people that don't study antennas and all this stuff can get involved in a project like this. So I think that's really cool. And because of that, I don't really think there's any stupid questions or things you have to know as a prerequisite to get started with Helium. That's why I think people like it so much. So that's enough rambling for one day. Be sure to stay tuned for the next video and hit the subscribe button and notification bell to be notified when we release new videos. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.